Welcome back to another episode of Spilling Tequila. I'm your host, Ariana Canner, and let's have a fucking fun ass episode and spill some tequila. Boom. Kind of having fun with the intro now. This is a new piece of artwork behind me because this wall that's behind me, I did it myself, and it's plastic, even though it looks like wood panel. I don't know if it looks like that. It's plastic. And the two photos that I had framed and attached to the wall with like this adhesive tape, they both fell and broke. So I just pulled over the big boy, the canvas. I don't see this one falling anywhere and breaking. So I don't know if it matches well, if it brightens it up, if it looks better. All feedback is welcome and appreciate it. So what chaotic chapter of my life have I been in lately? I would say that it is, ironically, it has been like the calm before the storm. That's what I'm feeling. And to be honest, life has been humbling me lately, and I love it. I love it so much. I love a good moment where I'm humbled, because I feel like it brings me back to a version of myself that still has to try and still has to really be self-aware. And I think that's needed all the fucking time. So keep the humbling situations coming my way. They help me grow. Lately, The Righteous Gemstones, the TV show, it's on HBO. I have been in a chokehold from it, and I'm just so happy when I find a TV show that's actually good, that has multiple seasons, because then I can just literally distract the fuck out of myself and lose sight of reality. And you need that from time to time. A win is a win. It is so fucking funny. I love that kind of humor. I love that fucked up kind of humor where they just take it too far. I don't know why. I don't know what in my childhood has led me to love that, but something did. And I'm just grateful when I see TV shows that are putting it to good use. And if you have not watched The Righteous Gemstones, fucking watch it. And if you have, let's fucking talk about it, because I'm literally obsessed. I'm on season 4 now, and it just can't end for me. Now I'm going to be like the rest of the people, just watching it every week. I don't know how people lived like this before, and I don't know why big companies, big media companies are bringing it back where you can only watch one episode at a time once a week. I see the purpose, but I feel like it used to be that way. And you would have all week to look forward to this show, and it was the norm, and our bodies and our mind were trained and ready for it. But then they fucking just started dropping seasons on us, and we didn't have to wait for a TV show for years. And now they're going backwards, and they're making us wait again. And I'm like, what the hell? What the hell, guys? What the hell? Literally, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on here? Whatever. I'll wait for it. I'll adjust. But watching the White Lotus fucking season, one episode a week. Do you know how many times I went back and rewatched every episode? Maybe this is why they're doing it. Genius. More screen time. But for the last 3 episodes, I've rewatched the season leading up to the episode. So I rewatched it 3 times because I just wanted to feel something, and the White Lotus was making me feel something, and it's so fucking good. But I wish I could have just binged it all for the first time at once. That would have been such a good rot day, just taking it all in, that fucking show. It's crazy because a movie is about 2 hours long, give or take, and that feels long. But these seasons get released and they're about 8 hours, 10 hours. I don't know. Love is Blind, or no, not Love Island. Love Island had 30 something episodes on it. So who the fuck knows how long that was. And my attention span can handle it all. Should we make movies longer now that we know we can handle it? Yeah, it might be nice. I like get sad when there's a really good storyline and it has to come to an end. My latest delusion lately is that I'm going to book a one-way ticket to a country. I'm not going to say where until I book it. The end of April, or end of May or end of June. I'm giving myself 3 months to do it. And like literally just book it and not look back. Sounds fucking delusional to some. To me, sounds like there's no other fucking option. I need to experience every place in this world. I need to go and heal somewhere, and then I need to just keep the traveling going. Like, I'm sorry, I've been locked down in Philadelphia for too long, and like there's no dating scene here. I mean, there is a dating scene, but like not really. Like, no one's trying to take me out on a date, and no one's trying to make me feel special, and it's been that way for a while. And everyone is just doing the same thing, and like that's fine. Like, some people really do like doing the same thing and like having their community of people and like friend groups, but I am just so not that person. I am like, let's fucking go. I want to experience life. I want to go meet people from different cultures. I want to see how other people act. I want to see waterfalls. I want to go to like the Swiss Alps. Like, I don't fucking know. I just want life to be so fucking cool. So stay tuned for my latest delusion of just booking a one-way flight. And who knows how long I'll be gone for. Who knows the places I'll fucking go to. All I know is that I'm going to do it. And I'm going to create a fuck ton of content. So let the journey begin. And I feel like I like want to be like, I'm so not good at being mysterious. Like, I'm such an open book, but like it would be so fun to just go there, not post any content, and then like one day just be like, where the fuck am I? Take some guesses. We'll see if I have that in me. I feel like that might hurt me more and build up inside, and I might just have to speak on it and show that I'm there. How pathetic, right? A recent ick of mine is something that we're going to talk about today, and start off with like projection and what that looks like. If you've ever walked away from a conversation feeling attacked and confused, congrats. You experienced projection in the wild. In this episode, I'm going to really try to not just make this about dating. I want this to be how projection can show up in any type of relationship in your life. Friends, family, coworkers, even the way you talk to yourself. We're projecting and we don't even know. So we need to make this mind a pretty fucking healthy place. Projection is when someone hands you their emotional baggage and acts like it's your fucking suitcase. It's the coworker who micromanages you. It's the friend that says you've changed because you set boundaries. I've had this happen to me so many times, but like, think about this. Think of something that someone said to you once that took a little bit for you, like felt weird. It felt off, took a little bit for you to recognize why it fell off. And then like when you came to your senses, you were like, oh shit, this was about them. It had nothing fucking to do with me. Like, it's like that aha moment where you know something's off when you're talking to someone and you feel a certain way and like you didn't feel that way before. And you're like, wait, I don't fucking feel this way, but you're telling me I feel this way. Yeah, they're literally projecting on you, taking out their own issues. And it's really difficult to recognize in the moment, or it can be. And friendship projection is, it's the fucking worst, okay? It's when your growth threatens people who aren't growing, and it's such a shame. It really is. Your friends, your friend group isn't mad that you're healing. They're mad that you're not partaking in the drama anymore and that you're like leveling up, and that makes them feel like they need to grow too, and very uncomfortable. Oh, wow. And oh my God, friends that will tell you that you're fake or want nothing to do with you when you're working for yourself. They literally are just like upset that you're not there to their fulfillment to trauma bond anymore. And like, if you think back to like certain scenarios, like the second that you want it better for yourself and you weren't partaking in the trauma dumping, or you didn't really want to be in any drama and you wanted to level up and you wanted to do something exciting for yourself, or maybe you were doing something exciting, like a life-changing opportunity presents itself. You in those moments see who your real friends are. And I know all too well that there's not many. I've had that happen just one too many times where I decide to like start working on myself. And like there's been so many times in my life where I am truly naive because I can't understand why people feel and think this way. And I'll spend so much time trying to wrap my head around it and blaming myself because I haven't understood it. But there's been so many times where I've leveled up in a certain way of my life and I've had friends just starting to treat me like shit. And when I look back now, it's like misery loves company, and I was getting out of the misery and that pissed them off. But like, I didn't see that in the moment. I'm like, what the fuck did I do? What's wrong with me? I need to like never think that way again. And this is a big sign too, like in friendships, to know that these are your people and they're supporting you. Do you feel like your friendships are aligned and they're just easy majority of the time? Or do you feel like you're constantly like playing a role or shifting, who you are to keep peace? It's a big telling sign. Now, when it comes to like workplace projection, people at work are projecting their stress, jealousy, and insecurity. That is like the biggest trauma dump. It's like moments where you have a manager that nitpicks everything you do. And honestly, it's imposter syndrome. Like they don't feel qualified for the job at hand. So they just have to come in and like create a bunch of rules to like assert their dominance. I've experienced that so many times. And like when I have friends tell me stories of like they get a new manager, new HR person, and they come in so hot and heavy with rules. And I'm like, that's just not how it's done. That's like such an old fucked up way of work culture. And I'm not here for it. Also, like you can think about this like internally, because work is such an interesting place and such an interesting mental state, because there's definitely moments where you're not like performing your best. And when you see like that one person that's killing it and you feel inside like, oh, they're doing too much, like that's you projecting on them. And it's difficult. It's really difficult because when you're working every day and you're working right next to people and you need a team of people to grow, like sometimes you can feel a little less than one day and you don't even realize that you're in return making someone else feel less than. But I think we should all just be aware of these things and create healthy environments where we know our purpose, we know our place, and if someone's performing better than us, that's okay. We will too in another way. And it's life. Now, in a romantic relationship projections, it looks like emotional unavailability, attraction to what's familiar, and projecting expectations. And I feel like I'm going to say a few things and I think they're really important. He's not distant because he's mysterious. He's distant because he's emotionally unavailable and you're mistaking that for depth. Why are you okay with something like, and I feel like you need to like ask yourself these questions, because there's been so many times where it's like you want to get the mysterious guy. Not everyone can have him, but like you don't realize like he's emotionally unavailable. Like romantic relationships aren't supposed to be a challenge. They're not a game. And we've created a huge culture where it's become that. And it's just like, it's a one big mind fuck. And I feel like to grow from that and become more mature and attract better relationships, you need to ask yourself, like, why is this attractive to you? Like, why does this emotionally unavailable scenario equal sexy? Like, there's something in the brain that needs to be rewired. And I get it. It's like what we're taught and the culture like we've been in, but like still, we gotta figure it out. And like what inside of you thinks that that's enough, because it's not even the starting point of what you deserve. And this one is like a little tough, but chase people that aren't giving you what you need unless inside of you feel like you don't deserve what you want. And it's like, it's difficult. It's really, really difficult in the dating culture, because everyone wants someone and wants something and wants someone to go home to and wants some kind of like stability and safety. And I think that turns into not having it because people want it so bad and they're willing to settle for it, and it's nothing of what they actually want. And I think that's what makes us feel like we don't deserve things, because we're so scared to miss an opportunity. But we're missing opportunities by settling and going for the wrong things and not even really letting ourselves like be okay with what we want and knowing that it's out there, knowing like you're gonna get it. And another thing too, like I feel like we get butterflies and we get anxious in dating, and we make anxiety equal love. And like, in what world is anxiety supposed to equal love? Like, and honestly, like it's to the point where like I've written futures in my mind and stories and scenarios with someone who hasn't even texted me back yet. It's like it almost gave me comfort because they weren't making things real enough for me. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to obsess and make it real too. It's so ass backwards. Okay, now we're going to get into family projections. And this is where the real motherfucking characters are. Like putting a group of people together that all have the same blood and forcing them to be family. Why in families is boundaries such a bad word, or like a word that is in the land of the unknown? I feel like in families, like you can be called selfish so easily for doing things even that are keeping you sane or things that you want to do. Like there's really big, crazy restrictions around families. I feel like they are like the real root of like codependency and relationships. Like it starts with your family and then it like flows into your friendships, your romantic relationships, because like this is what you've been taught. And families often get mad at you, but like, are they actually mad at you? Or are they mad that you're not repeating the patterns that have been like in your generations, and like you're trying to make things more healthy and you're standing up for yourself no matter whose blood you have? And whenever people say you've changed, it literally means I'm not able to control you anymore. We just got to have like a little, like, I don't know. We need to have something that's just like a little translator when at family parties. I would love to bring a translator to be like, oh, no, this is what you mean. Okay, now we're going to talk about projection within our motherfucking selves. Let's get uncomfortable. We have all projected on ourselves. That's a motherfucking fact. And sometimes that looks like calling ourselves lazy when we need to told ourselves that we are too much when we're just being honest. This one really gets me because those two examples that I just gave, I wouldn't say that about someone else. Maybe some people would say that about other people, but like I would never talk that way about someone else. And if you've ever thought that on your own, like why do you think you can be nicer to other people than you are to yourself? Why do we grow up thinking that we have to not love ourselves and build ourselves up? Like it's just so fucking crazy. I've really tried this last year of my life to like talk so nice to myself, and it is so good. Like even if I have a problem with someone else, I don't even see that shit coming from miles away because I am not, my mind is such a like, it's as healthy as it can be right now. And we're always working on it to grow more and be more healthy. But I don't have any fake scenarios in my mind of like, you know, feeling less than about myself and then thinking other people feel less than, projecting on other people, having them thinking they feel less than about me, and then causing chaos in relationships. Like I've done that so many times before, and I don't have any of that in my life. And I have like had some friends that I'm no longer friends with because they were still in that habit. And there was no issues for me. I wouldn't have saw an issue from a mile away, and that can make me naive sometimes. But like they created so much chaos of like thinking what I think, when really I'm just working on myself to be healthy, and it makes so many people uncomfortable. We can give strangers on Instagram that like we don't know, so we don't know anything about them, more grace than we give ourselves, and we need to change that. Literally need to change that. I honestly have been looking in the mirror. I look in the mirror and I'm like, Ariana, you boss ass bitch. I'm like, you fucking got this. I even like will high five. This one makes me crack the fuck up. I high five the mirror and I'm like, and I'm just like, I don't know, like I have fun with it. And it's such a like weird thing because we don't really see how we interact with others. And like doing that might make me crazy, but like I am fucking crazy. It really does make me feel better about myself. And it makes me just feel like silly and like takes the edge off. But like I don't know, I love mirror work. And we can do mirror talk and think about this. Like, what if every person who triggered you was showing something that was unhealed within you? Because that is what's happening. And you feel that discomfort and it's coming from a person and you automatically just like align it with them. But in reality, you're triggered about something that you haven't worked through yet. And like, what if the drama isn't about them? It's about what they're mirroring back to you. Let's think outside the box. What if your biggest enemy was actually your biggest lesson in a bad motherfucking outfit? Think about it. I don't know. Think. Let it sink in. Get two choices: alignment or matching energy. So you can surround yourself with people that you're aligned with, or you can match energy of someone that you're not aligned with. And if you're matching energy, you're spending way too much time trying to align with people that are just like not giving you peace of mind. And like you can fall into these bad habits of like matching chaos instead of going and aligning with something that feels calm. And honestly, you don't need to be everyone's cup of tea. Like, I think more people should be honest. And then I think it will bring more awareness to people and how they're acting. And like, we're not going to let people get away with murder. And like, we're stuck in these patterns of being so scared of being ourselves when there are people that are craving that real and rawness. You just have to go and find them. If the energy is off and you're trying to match it, you're doing yourself a disservice. And all of that is like, and a lot of times that is what those codependent relationships are. It's literally in every scenario I just talked about, it's projecting on one another. And like no one should feel comfortable enough to project on someone else. If you have shit going on, go handle it. But you should never feel so close to someone where you just project everything on them. That is like the biggest boundary to cross, and it is so fucking unhealthy. Ask yourself these two questions going forward. I'm giving you homework. If someone is distant, inconsistent, or just not giving, why are you still available? Take accountability. We're looking within. Why are you choosing breadcrumbs when you went the whole damn motherfucking loaf? The biggest telling sign of people that you can grow with and that are like your people that are working on themselves. How do you find them? They are not tearing anybody down. People working on themselves aren't tearing anyone down. And it doesn't mean they don't have drama or bad days or shitty things happen to them. It's that taking away their energy from the work that they're putting on themselves and giving it to someone that like, or something that doesn't deserve it and is only going to be negative and not help you out anywhere. That's going to feel uncomfortable. Like, and what feels comfortable for you is working on yourself. So you're going to stay there in that energy and you're not going to tear anyone else down, even if people try to tear you down. And real healing doesn't flex. It reflects. Words of wisdom. And what would your life look like if you started recognizing and not matching projection and started aligning with everything and anything that feels peaceful? If you've been in the projection phase, it's going to feel very uncomfortable, but you got to fight to get that peace and then you don't have to fight anymore. I've never felt better clapping back at someone. If someone does something wrong to me or even projects on me, like I never felt better matching their energy and stooping to their level. It's been a waste of time. And it's not the easier thing would be to do that. The harder thing is not reacting. It takes strength to protect your peace. Reacting is not strength. And I see a lot of people that think that reacting is like you're standing up for yourself and you're reacting and you're showing the worst version of yourself. That's the weak thing to do. Fighting is weak. When you don't react and you protect your peace, that takes strength. And that's going to be what your future self is proud of. And trust me, I always want to fucking react. It's hard. It's really not easy. And walking away in any situation is the loudest thing you can do, and not reacting. Because the second that you react, someone can flip the narrative and start gaslighting the situation to make you feel like it's you. I am not interested in blocking my blessings either to meet someone at their lowest level, because when you stoop down to someone's level, like, karma still exists. You still have to recover from that. Just because someone did something to you doesn't mean how you can go and act however you want. And I trust the motherfucking universe. I think that I've read enough and I see enough and I've experienced enough to know that you can't be someone's karma. As bad as you want to be, you cannot be. And trust me, I want to be someone's karma. I have been fucked over by people that I know the worst things that they have done, and like they've made up stories about me, or they've told some of my business, or they've even gone and like fucked me over, then connected with someone else who fucked me over. And I wanted to drag them through the fucking dirt. But if I'm on this journey of building and growing and being the best version of me, I can't get off that path and then get karma from something like that. Like, I don't know. I read a quote once that said, the universe will laugh at you if you ever try to think that you can be someone else's karma. And if you're lucky, the universe, and you don't do that, the universe will probably show you just a piece of their karma. And I've saw a little bit of some people's karma, and I'm like, no, I'm kidding. But maybe I'm not. I'm like, and I'm not trying to win in any situation I'm in. And I feel like that's when people want the last word or anything like that. Like, I'm just trying to fucking grow. Okay. And in those situations, I feel like you're truly being tested. And I don't always like to say like being tested by the universe, but you are, because you want, your natural instinct is to react and lose your shit. But like, whenever you're being tested, you're growing, and you will surprise yourself every single time with your strength. To close this out, I think there can be a piece of us, if we haven't learned this yet, that thinks being silent is weak. And I've honestly even had scenarios where people have definitely taken like my silence as weakness. And I've had friends say to me like, you let that person get away with so much. But like, it wasn't for me to handle it the way I naturally wanted to, because I would have if there was no repercussions. It was harder to be silent and not react. And it is in any situation when you feel like someone is trying to gaslight you or do you wrong, or, like they have ulterior motives that aren't great. Being silent is the hardest motherfucking thing to do. But that's the real flex. That's where the resilience is born. And that's where you're going to be able to also understand the situation. So yeah, I don't know. Give me feedback on the questions, how much they help. Again, please subscribe, follow, like, comment, write me a letter, DM me, slide in the motherfucking DMs, hit me up, do whatever. I love interacting with everyone who watches this. I feel like I'm building like a fucking incredible community of strong, resilient bitches who know their worth, and that's something I thought I could only dream of. So let's keep it going. I will be back same time, same place next week, and I think I'll have a guest. Goodbye.